Hi, and welcome to the recording of the High-Level Foundations Workshop by MarketerM8. We'll start in just a couple of minutes when all the live attendees are here. So the first part of this workshop, we're going to go through the main settings you need to consider. Just make sure your system's set up to cover all these bases, okay? So the first one I like to make people aware of is tech support, okay? So you see the little, when you log in, you come to your dashboard, and you'll see a little blue button down here that gets you access to tech support. It should move about. It's a little bit temperamental, but it does move about. So if you're subscribing to MarketerM8, this is what you'll see. If you're on any other system, any other white label version, you you'll probably have a different looking color button, etc. But anyway, if you need any tech support, if you click on here, in the first instance, it's going to try and address your question via AI. Yeah, so it'll try and find the answer if you're using the AI database. Failing that, you can talk to somebody in real time, a real person. Uh, you can always ask, can I speak to a real person? And it'll bring up a live chat dialogue then. Okay. The way I like to use tech support is use a tool like Loom or similar to do a screen share recording of your screen. Yeah. Like, describe the issue or what you're trying to achieve on the Loom video. I myself use a tool called Bonjoro. Record a little video and just drop that link into the chat and just say, can you please help me solve this problem? Yeah. The guys there who are there 24/7, they'll either reply with a message, send you a video back, or just log into your account and fix it for you. Yeah. They will also, you can also book Zoom calls with those guys. So you can book a Zoom call and it's unlimited support there. Okay. So that's the tech support button covered. The next thing to make sure you got set up is make sure your user profile is set up correctly. So you do that by going to settings on the screen there and go to my profile like so. The main things you want to make sure are correct are make sure you've got signature in here. Okay. We use that signature a lot when we're sending out emails. We can drop in a merge field into the email saying user signature, and that's where it's pulling your signature in from. So important to have that one set up. Uh, You can have email two-way sync. Okay, so if you're using, you see here, I use Gmail for my emails, so or Google. If you're using Outlook, you do a little option, click here to synchronize your Outlook or your Gmail. And what that'll do is once you start talking to customers through the system, it'll record the back and forth emails on their contact record as conversation. So that's the email two-way sync. The other one is the calendar settings. Okay, so we've effectively got a tool built in just like Calendly. So for that to work, you're going to need to link your Google or your Outlook or your iCal calendar here. So you synchronize your calendar. Obviously mine is synced up already, but it'll just guide you through. You click to sync, and then it'll bring up your authorization to access your Google or your Outlook or your iCal calendar. So once you link up the calendar, you'll see this, then you'll see link calendar and conflict calendars. Okay. So the link calendar is your main calendar in your system, whichever one you're using. But you might have more than one calendar. So for instance, for me, uh, that's my main calendar called call and meeting bookings. So obviously it's a conflict calendar as well because I don't want to double book myself on that calendar. Similarly, I have another calendar called protected time. So anytime I want to make myself unavailable for calls, I just drag in onto my calendar and highlight it as protected time, and that stops people booking calls when I'm not available. So it's whichever calendars you're using is the conflicts there. And the final one to look out for here is hidden a little bit, video conferencing. So again, if you want to do your calls via Zoom or Google Meet or Teams, you'd synchronize your video conferencing there. So it gives you an option later on when you're setting things up to say, yes, I want to do these calls via Zoom or Google Meet or Teams. those are the main considerations on your user profile. You can set up your calendar here for your availability, your overall availability, but ultimately it's your Google Calendar or your Outlook calendar that defines when you are and are not available. Does that make sense, guys? Any questions? All quiet? Okay, I'll carry on. So that's your profile. Now, if you want to add any team members to the
Sorry, Julian,
oh,
I did have just one question. When
oh
you set up the email reply further up the page,
where you
so the
look?
email two-way sync,
Oh yes, here, yes, yeah.
yeah, does that mean that if anybody, if I set mine up as bookings at, if somebody replied automatically to that email from somewhere else, like it's on my website, it would automatically go in, be stored on Go High Level?
Oh, it doesn't quite work like that. It only instigates synchronization once the system sends them an email.
Fine.
Yeah. So
Okay, so it doesn't do it generically. It's just replies to the original email that go out.
that's right. Yeah. And then we've got this auto BCC sync. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're sending an email out cold to somebody, you can include that in the BCC link, and then that will force the synchronization right off the bat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you do it that way. Yeah. Uh, so now, if you've got any team members you want to add, you go to staff, my staff, like that. And you could add as many users as you like there, add users. Yeah. You just set up the details, save it, submit it, and it'll send them an invite to the system. Again, obviously they will have to then go in and set up their synchronization to their email and their calendar because we obviously we can't do that remotely for them. If I look at Atticus is here, you'll see here. You see, I can't synchronize his Atticus's calendar or his email here because I don't have the authorization off the computer. There's where you add your team members. Okay, is that all clear so far? I'll move on. Yep, brilliant. We got a lot to cover today. Right, the next one is regarding domain names. Okay, so when we first set up the system, we need to set up some DNS settings on your domain on your website domain, and there's three that we set up. The main one is regarding the email sending domain. That's a really important one. The second one is what we call a branded domain, and the third one is a page, a sort of sub page to enable us to host thank you pages, landing pages, funnels, all that sort of thing. Okay, so we'll start with a nice easy one first. We'll look at the branded domain. Okay, so that lives in business profile. You see here, I've got one set up. Okay, so what a branded domain is anytime you're sending a link out from the system, it will make it look like your website. So this is what I was here, yeah. So if you're sending out a link to book a calendar booking link, rather than some long address that starts up high level or Calendly or whatever, it's got your domain in it. So it's on brand. Yeah. So you always want to set it up as a subdomain. Okay. So that is the root domain. And the link dot or whatever's before that full stop creates a subdomain. Okay. So I typically call it link dot your website domain. Yeah. Now, when you click on that, if I click on to modify it, but let me do it. Yeah. I'll probably break mine now. Let me show you. Yeah. Link dot. MarketerM8, something like that. Okay, so you put make sure it's a link, whatever word dot is a subdomain and MarketerM8.co.uk. If I click on continue, now if you're using something like GoDaddy or Ionos, it'll automatically ask you to log into those tools and set it all up for you automatically. If not, that's okay. We can do it manually. Oh, link that. I was like link dot link dot. Okay, so I'll add it manually. And all it's giving me one record. It's a CNAME record with the host name link and the required value brand.ludicrous for some reason, yeah. So you take that and add a DNS record to your domain in the DNS settings. You add that. When you've added that to your website domain as a DNS record, CNAME, the name of it, and the value, you then click on verify, and the system would automatically sync it up. Then it'll come up looking like that, synchronized. A little bit technical going into the domain name there. That's how you set up your branded domain. Okay. The next one is if you want to host pages on the system, like a landing page, a funnel page, or a thank you page, anything like that, we can set that up as well. We need to set up a domain to do that. Again, we set that by going to domains. Okay, see I've got lots set up here. We click on connect a domain. In this case, I want to set up a funnel or a website domain, so I click on connect. Again, it can be whatever domain I want on here. Yeah, you can have as many as you like of these as well. So if I put in something like test.julian, .co.uk, something like that. Click on continue. Again, I have to add a DNS record for that, so I have to record manually. Again, it's a
Sorry, Julian,
yep,
talking about setting up the domains, does it have to be the domain which is on our IONOS page, or like for example, we've got two. We've got feltham.eye.co.uk, which is one which we bought,
yes,
and then the other one we've got is actually our web page, which is hosted by our our web developer, etc., which is
yes,
felthamicarecenter.co.uk.
yes,
The one which I had in Genie AI was the felthamicare.co.uk, not the felthamicarecenter.co.uk. So would we just use that one in terms of landing pages, etc.? Because that's my intention of using this. My web page is going to be continue to be hosted by my web support guys.
yes, yes. So the way this works, yep. So my main website is Julian Mills, yeah.
Yeah.
That's my website. I don't want to I don't want to mess about with any settings on there because that website works. Yeah. So I would not put these settings for that. Yeah. If I wanted to, I could create a subfolder on there. So I could put in test or page dot. Yeah, that would create put that get a DNS settings for that value. It'll create a subfolder. That's fine. But equally, this domain could be any domain you like. You can have as many as you like.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
So
choosing.
that's just a worded domain to say what it is. You just
Yeah, so as I say, my main website is Julian Mills, so that stays as it is. Like you've got your website set up with this
yeah.
third party. You don't want to put any values on, leave that one as it is, yeah. But
Mhm.
if you wanted the subdomain of that, you could put in page or landing page, whatever you want to call it. But the full stop makes it a subdomain. It's a self-contained unit then. Or it could be you could go and buy domains and you can have as many as you want.
Mhm.
I'll show you. I can show you in a minute when we come to look at those sites. But you can also buy domains in HighLevel as well now.
Okay.
So it becomes a whole package. You can manage it all. You can transfer them in if you wish. You see here all these ones I've got set up here. Is that okay, Mohammed?
Yeah, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So that's looking at the branded domains so far and the domains to set up websites, pages, landing pages, funnels, anything like that. The final and most important one is the email sending domain. Okay. So this is to ensure that ISPs like Google and Outlook know that your HighLevel account is verified and approved to send emails on your behalf. Yeah. So if you get this wrong, you could find your emails going to spam because the system's saying, well, hang on, there's a mismatch here. I don't trust it. So we set that up by going to settings. Go to email services and then dedicated domain. You see here, you can have You can have as many as you want, and there's various advanced things you can do with this later on. But this is the one I've got verified and using myself right now. When you're setting up these sending domains, it is super important to use a subdomain. Okay, if I was to set this up on my root domain, which is that, yeah, if I set these additional email settings on that root domain, the next thing I'd know is my Google emails stop or my Outlook emails stop. My regular email system stops working. I've broken it. Okay, so it's super important. Create a subdomain for this. Yeah. So the full stop creates a subdomain. So it could be MG message or MSG. It could be no reply or whatever you want, but it's got to be a subdomain. Okay. And when you first go to set that up, you click on add domain like this. I'll show you one example. So I might set up test dot Julian Mills. I'm not going to do this, but I'm not going to authorize this, but I'll just show you. Okay, so that's a subdomain. It's not going to interfere with any email settings in the background. Click on add and verify. Again, if you're using Ionos or GoDaddy, look, you can automatically automate all this, but I'll show you the manual way of doing it. So you see here, it's given me 5 records now. So I've got to copy and paste these 5 rows of data or these 5 text records into the domain DNS settings, wherever you got it hosted. So there's 2 text records there, a CNAME record, 2 MX records, and there's the values. So it's a case of copying and pasting those in to your DNS records, saving it, and coming back, clicking verify. And there can be a delay in this. It might take a good few minutes until it all turns green. Yeah, and when you do that, it'll then come back showing you this. It'll look like this then. Yeah, you see there, yeah. That's all verified. This is an optional one here. Again, I've already got that record set up elsewhere, but if you need that one, you can add that one in as well. Again, tech support there to help you go through this as well if you get stuck. So is that okay on the domain section, guys? Any questions? No, we're all good. Brilliant. Okay. Next, we move on to the settings. So another important setting is regarding billing. So if I go to where are we? Billing here. Yeah. So again, HighLevel has optional extras like sending emails, sending texts, WhatsApp integrations, advertising, the advertising manager module. You best start off by registering a payment card here, so that the system can automatically top up your wallet as and when required. If you don't do that, you'll start sending emails, and then suddenly you'll be halfway through a campaign and it'll stop sending. Yeah, it's important to set up your card there. Again, it depends. It might be slightly different depending on who the account you're using. This is the way it works in MarketerM8. That's a card there. Next, we'll move on to integrations. So you scroll down to the bottom here, integrations. The important ones to look out for here are the Google integration here. Okay, so you connect up your Google account to your business account, and then you can synchronize your Google My Business page. Yes, this all becomes important later on for Google reviews. You'll see later on we look at reputation management. That's your Google integration there. Facebook as well here. So here's where you integrate your Facebook account. Connect your Facebook pages. Yeah. So if someone messages you from a Facebook page, it comes into the system, and we can automate messages back and forth once we've got that set up. Yeah. In addition, you set this up for Facebook advertising later on, and for Instagram as well. So that's where you set up your Facebook. Just while we're here, as a quick aside, I'll just show you quickly here. Go into here. Oh, hang on. Well, not that one. That's all set up. Yeah. If you're looking to do any Facebook advertising and pulling in leads directly from Facebook, you'll need to set up your Facebook form fields. Yeah. So what this is doing now, it's looking at an advertising form I've got set up in Facebook and basically synchronizing the fields. So the full name, when somebody fills in that form on Facebook, it's bringing in the full name here and the email and any additional questions, optional questions you're asking. Yeah. That okay, guys? Any questions on the Facebook integration? Nope, we're doing good. Just go back to integrations. So there's the Google and the Facebook we looked at. If you're using Shopify, you've got a Shopify store, you can integrate Shopify store here. We can automate. So when somebody purchases a product, we can trigger automation. If someone abandons a cart, we can trigger automation. All that sort of stuff for Shopify. Again, if you're doing TikTok advertising, we can integrate there. LinkedIn advertising. So this isn't this isn't regular LinkedIn. Yeah, this is just synchronizing LinkedIn advertising. At the moment, we can't do like invite requests or direct messages in LinkedIn. This is just the advertising. Again, here's the WhatsApp integration. You want to use the WhatsApp, that's what you find there. And the WooCommerce. So those are the main sort of integrations that are built in. Okay, I'll just move down now. The final one is just make sure you're aware. We've got the mobile app for HighLevel. Yeah. So again, mobile app is really powerful and getting better and better all the time. On the mobile app, you can do the day-to-day stuff on the mobile app. Yeah. So you go to your mobile app store and look for Lead Connector. It's a grey label. So you look for Lead Connector. It's a little like grey and orange line drawn box. Install that, and you can then log in and access your account via the mobile app. So it's called Lead Connector. If you go looking for HighLevel or MarketerM8, you won't find it on the App Store. It's Lead Connector. As an aside there as well, if you're using Zapier, yeah, you won't find HighLevel mentioned in Zapier or MarketerM8. You'd look for Lead Connector in Zapier. Right. Now coming back to the mobile phone app, you see the little line here? So anything above the line you can do on the mobile phone. Yeah. Anything below the line, you really need to be on the computer because you're doing more setup in that case. Yeah. And on the mobile phone app, you can do things like you can look up contacts. You can message them through the system on there if you're using the WhatsApp, text, email. You can capture business cards. You can by scanning them. You can manage your opportunities. You can be out about manage all your opportunities as you're on the train or wherever. You can manage your tasks, your notes on the contacts. What else can you do? Yeah, you can also if you really want to get really fancy, you can use e-commerce and you can look up a contact, create an order for them, and then use your mobile phone and tap it on their credit card and take payment. Yep. So there's a lot you can do in the mobile app. It's getting more and more so. So, but you wouldn't use it for setting up stuff. Okay, so that's the main setup features to be aware of. Is that okay? So that's the tech support, setting up your user account in your team, the email, the domain name, DNS settings we need to cover, the billing, any integrations you need, and the mobile app. Okay, so those are the main sort of tech settings. Any questions, guys? Nothing, Atticus?
No questions yet.
So I'm going through it at a bit of speed, guys, because we've got a lot to cover now. Right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through this menu here and explain what the main features of HighLevel and MarketerM8 are, okay? So first of all, we start with a dashboard. Here you can customize this. You can click on here and you can make this your own. Yeah, there's so many settings you can do here. You can pull in external data. See your opportunity scores, number of contacts in the system, etc., etc. It's getting more advanced all the time. Yeah, you set this up at the user level, the individual user level. I think you can clone them as well now. You can have as many dashboards as you want as well. Yeah, you can have multiple dashboards showing you different things. So you can build a report on your dashboard. You can even, you see reporting here, you can basically take this And in reporting, you could set up a nice PDF report to be sent, say, once a week to team members. Yeah, so team members could see how many opportunities are in there, how many contacts, etc. on a weekly email, for instance. You set that up in reporting. That's your dashboard, very customizable. Everyone's got a unique situation for that, but here's just a sampler sort of how it can look. You see here, here's all my tasks, which are, a few are overdue. So you get a task list as well in the system. That's you can view on your dashboard. Then we've got conversations. Okay, so this is like a live feed of all the email conversations going on. It could be Facebook in there, Facebook conversations, WhatsApp, text messaging. That's the live feed, sort of what would you call it, amalgamated there. That's everybody. But each of these conversations will be visible in the actual contact record as well. Again, if you've done the email sync, you see the emails back and forth as well in there. That's a conversation. And you can filter on various views here. And you can see all this in the mobile phone app as well. Calendars. So you see calendars. So if you think of calendars like Calendly, but better. Okay. Again, you're looking at mine here. Yeah, blocked out for today's call. So you go to calendar settings, and each calendar is a type of meeting you want to do. If you see mine, so for instance here, I've got 20-minute discovery calls, uh, 1 hour client calls, 1 hour discovery strategy calls. Yeah. So the calendars are one of the trickiest parts to set up, shall I say? Yeah. There's lots of help resources around that. And also, again, it gets stuck, just go to the friendly tech support. Yeah. Often clients come to me saying the calendar's not working, right? The first thing I do is rather than me spend 20 minutes, half an hour sorting out, I just go to tech support and say, what's the issue with this calendar? And they come back to me and save me a lot of time. So I recommend you do get stuck on the calendars. But basically what we're setting up here, this is just setting the calendar up. So if someone books a 20-minute call, it will just create the meeting, send them confirmation with a Zoom link if you synchronize Zoom, and notify me my calendar. Yeah. This does half the job of setting up the actual appointment. The other half of the job is sending out those reminders, confirmation you've got a call, a reminder the day before, a text 10 minutes before. All that side of things is handled in the automation side, in the automation in HighLevel. So there's two parts at play here, the calendar settings and the automation to do all the follow-up, which I'll show you in a few minutes. Any question on calendar, guys? There's a lot to get your head around here. No one? No. Now, when you've got your calendar,
Julian,
yep,
on the calendars, the grouping function,
yep.
which I think I talked to you about before, my understanding is you can group all of those into one calendar.
You can do, and it gives them like it brings you a single page, doesn't it? Have you done that yet, Jeremy?
Yeah,
Yeah. It brings you
yeah.
it brings you a single page, but I didn't like the layout of that. I thought it was a bit clunky. I don't know if you've seen that.
Okay, fine. But in theory, what you can do is if you've got 10 different types of calls as you've got there, each of those calls can be booked currently. But if you group it with your availability calendar, what it can do is it'll only show slots in your availability calendar.
Uh, uh, yeah, it
That's
does.
my
Yeah,
understanding.
all the calendars only show slots available in your when you allow people to book. So if
Yeah,
you blocked out time for another meeting, it won't let them double book you. Yeah. If you
yeah,
blocked out time to go on holiday, it won't let them book a call when you're on holiday. Is that what you
yeah,
mean?
yeah. That's what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah. I think grouping is more like you can have one page, you can send someone a link, and on that link they can see three different types of bookings they can make. A 1 hour
Yeah.
call, a 15. Yeah. So
Okay.
when you do that, it's not the friendliest looking page. I wasn't very keen on it. So what I did. Again, using the page building functionality in HighLevel, I then created my own. I'll show you quickly. So this is showing you how you can build landing pages in the system, funnel pages. Yeah. So I'll sort of kill two birds with one stone here. So I built this page in high level funnel. Yeah. So and then I control what meetings are on here, and I can make it look a bit friendlier. But when you click through to any of these, it goes to another page where the actual calendar is embedded. That's a high level calendar there. That was my preference for doing it. I've got control over the whole thing there. Yep. Rather than the default template is set up. I've just come back here. Yeah, so when you've got your calendars working, the great thing is, especially if you've got a sales team, is you can then go to wait a sec. Let me go out settings, sorry. Go to calendars. You can see the appointment list. Yeah. So you can start to see all your appointments now. So you can manage your appointments. If someone's a no-show, you can move them to no-show. If they attended, they showed, you can mark them. And again, that comes into all your reporting later on. You see how many calls were booked, how many were no-shows, how many showed up. Yeah. Also, this is a trick. These can be triggers as well in the automation later on. So if someone doesn't turn up for your meeting, mark them as no-showed, and that could trigger automation. Hey, we missed our call. Send them an email. Would you like? We missed our call. We'd like to rebook. So you can trigger automation off of that as well. Really powerful. Also, and this is a big time saver for me, is not only is it people booking calls through filling in a form, yeah, I can book calls right from here, and you can do all this from the mobile app as well. So if I want to book a call with Jeremy, I just type in Jeremy's name. Oops. Yeah, put Jeremy. What type of call is it going to be? Yeah. Putting the title's really important. So I would normally put in Jeremy stroke Julian call at least, because that's going to appear in Jeremy's calendar and my calendar automatically. Um, the great thing here is that you see the default here, default option for times. It's looking at my calendar for availability on that particular day. Yeah. So it's looking at my calendar so I don't double book myself. Sometimes I need to override that because obviously it's not going to let me book a call on a Saturday or a Sunday here. But I've got the flexibility, if I want to override it. If I want to do a call on Sunday at 2 p.m., I can do that. So I can override the calendar if I want to do a meeting at 1 o'clock in the morning or something. Yeah. And exactly the same for location as well. My calendar location default is a Zoom call, like I set up in my user profile. I can override that. If I'm going to go see someone in their office, I could pop in their address. So it's not just online meetings, it could be offline meetings as well. So super powerful, and you can do class bookings, paid calls. Like we use for the workshops here, we're using class bookings. So much potential, and they've just updated it recently. I told Russell about this. They've updated it recently to do services better. Uh, so calendars is a huge one. I myself often need help from tech support on these, by the way. So if you go to tech support, don't be they know this inside out. Okay, unless any questions, I'll move on. Is that okay? Oh, no questions today. Right. Okay, now we'll move on to contacts, your database in HighLevel, which is, I'll just switch to a different account now. I'm now going to click on contacts. So I just switched to different accounts. So this is all dummy data. Yeah. So you can really manage your data in HighLevel or MarketerM8. Uh, you see here, you've got a list. But we can apply tags. You can have unlimited tags in the system, tag them as a customer, tag them as a prospect. Yeah, those tags can trigger automations. Again, we can have custom fields. So if you want to store a custom field for their pet's name or their favorite color or whatever, unlimited custom fields in the system. Uh, we can slice and dice and segment your data using filters here. Have they got this tag? Yeah. Uh, and you can build up a little menu. Have they got this tag, but they haven't got this tag? Have they got this custom field? Does it say yes? All that sort of thing. So you can really segment your database, create lists to trigger automation, send emails, etc. So you can filter data. Um, you've got a small menu here. So I can add update opportunities. I'm using opportunities, drop them into automation. So I could take these list of people, drop them into an automation that sends them 10 emails over 2 weeks if I wanted to, or creates opportunities, anything like that. If I've got a phone number, I can send them a text. Yeah. I can send them like a broadcast email, like you would do from MailChimp. Just send a broadcast email to 10 people or 1,000 people. Here, I can add and remove tags automatically. I can put someone in the bin and get rid of them altogether. Yeah. I can send review requests. Here I can upload, import contacts and export contacts. So if you're moving to HighLevel, you can import a CSV list. Yeah, as you import them as you import them as a CSV list, and you can tag them, you can do all sorts. Again, we've got a separate workshop for all this. Yep. Email verification. Again, when you're importing a new list, if you switch on email verification, automatically the system will check, is that a real email address? That keeps the bounces down and ensures we've got helps us maintain good deliverability. That's a new feature there. I've not seen that before. Bulk WhatsApp. Because I've got the WhatsApp integration, it's letting me do bulk WhatsApp messages. Yeah. If you're sending bulk WhatsApp messages, it's not free, by the way. That's classed as a marketing that's classed as a marketing message, and it works out about 6p per message, just like sending a text there. So watch out for that one. And we can merge records. So we can merge duplicates. If they should arise duplicates, we can merge them here automatically. So there's a huge amount you can do from the contacts. We'll look at a contact record now. We'll just go into one here. I'll show you around the contact record. So the main components of the contact record to look for are obviously here we've got all our custom fields. As many as you like. So you see there's quite a few there. We can see what tags have been applied to a contact, what automation they're in at the moment, and what they've been through previously. Any sales opportunities, we'll come to those in a minute. You'll see them there. We can sell and give away free courses and online courses in HighLevel courses. We can set up our own like Facebook group in here, private Facebook community. So you see the access they've got there. If someone complains and wants to be opted out of email marketing, you would just do that. If you don't want to get any text messages, you do that. If you want to opt them out of everything, you just do that. Yeah. You see it all gets recorded here on this is a conversation view for this individual contact. So you see all the emails back and forth, Facebook messages, WhatsApp messages, text emails, all that here. Here's where you see from the system, I can send them an email from the system. Yeah. If I had a phone number for this person, I'd see the option to send them a text. I could even phone them from the platform. They've got the WhatsApp integration. You see a WhatsApp option here. Yeah. I would never do one-to-one emails through the platform here. I would just do it from my normal Outlook, my normal Gmail account, because it's going to synchronize anyway. And it's just easier to do it from your regular email platform rather than coming into here to do emails. Yep. Up here, we've got recent activity. So it show you what forms they've filled in, what pages have been on the website. We've got tasks. Yeah. So create a task for yourself to call them back next week, next year. Assign tasks to team members based on the contact record. Lots of tasks. It appears on your dashboard report like I showed you before, or you can see your list of tasks up here. Appointments. See any appointments you booked in the calendars. Yeah. If you see any appointments you got booked with you, if you're on a call with someone, you can easily add an appointment, just like we showed you with the calendars. Guess what? It looks familiar. Book an appointment with them, drop them straight into appointment. Yeah. Payments here. So if you're doing e-commerce, you see any transactions, etc. And associations, very quickly. Associations is a bit more advanced. Yeah. And you see some here, for instance, as a demo. Oh, it's not in this one. So go back to mine. So imagine I was a veterinary surgeon, yeah? So my customer is the contact, but each customer might have 5 pets, cats, dogs, birds, whatever. So they would be pet records. Yeah. Those pets get treated in different veterinary practices. Yeah, might have different sites they can go to. So you might have records for different sites, and you might have a whole team of vets treating the patient, treating the pets, treat the whole team of vets treating the pets. And again, you can start to automate based off of that. So when it's Fido's birthday, yeah, you send the owner an email and the vet an email, for instance, that treats Fido. So you could do that sort of thing. Bit more advanced that. Right, so I'll move on. Any questions, guys, while I'm rattling through?
Yeah, Julian, we got the pet section.
Yes.
So if you had, say, a family group, and you had, say, I don't know, one of the parents was the main record, can you then add, say, children's names to those records, a bit like you've done pets?
Exactly the same thing. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yep.
But what would it be called? It wouldn't be obviously pets.
It might be children then, children.
And you can change the little icon on the left then, can you?
Yeah, you can change the little icon. Yeah, yep, yep.
Okay, brilliant.
It's quite an advanced. Another use case, for instance, if you're a travel company, yeah. So the lead passenger makes the booking,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
and there might be four other people on the booking. Well, as soon as he completes the booking, those 4 people get an email saying it's confirmed you're in. That's
So how do you change that little icon to say, group or children or whatever?
yeah, it gets a bit more advanced this one. Steve.
Don't worry if it's too much.
Yeah, if you click on here, it's a while since I've not had the case to use it myself yet because it's quite a new feature. It's evolving all the time. This one with more and more functionality, but you just do it here. I think it's here. Where is it?
It's in settings,
The
Julian.
settings, right? Okay.
So there's yeah, sorry, I did some testing on it. So
Oh, brilliant.
if you're
Okay.
testing objects,
It's custom objects. Call it custom objects now. Yeah.
yeah. So if you click on that,
Yeah, the vet
you
thing.
can just change everything there.
So there's where you edit the
So
icon there, Steve. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, very good. Thank you very much.
Thanks,
and you can
Jeremy.
change the name of it as well.
Yeah. You can get, and then you can when it comes to the automation, you do automations to the pets. Automate. Yeah, it gets quite advanced. Yeah. But at least you're aware of it anyway. It's a possibility. Um, Pets. Okay.
Steve, they've only just only just introduced it. Came in about 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm sure they're going to make it a bit smarter because it needs a level 2 bit
it
for it,
it
like
does need a level.
automatic.
Yeah, and I've been onto them as well about this because at the moment there's no way to use timers in there. Yeah, for instance, sending in an email on Fido's birthday on the 2nd of October. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's no timers in there yet to do that. So it's on its way though. They've made facilities for it in the system.
yeah.
Okay, so bear with me a second. Contacts. Yeah. So come to opportunities then. So this is just like Pipedrive. Yeah. So you create your pipelines. You can have as many pipelines as you want. Yeah. And you're just dragging and dropping as people go through your sales process. Yeah. Again, each of these, when you move a contact from this stage to this stage to this stage, those could be triggers in the automation later on. So as you're moving them through, you trigger an automation to support the salesperson in the background. So a nice easy one to explain is, I'll show you here mine. So say you get chatting to someone and they're not ready to buy right now. They're what I would class as a maybe in the future. They haven't said yes. They haven't said no. Then I would move them to maybe in the future. Yeah, and that triggers an automation then where they're going to get an email every 5 months for the next 4 years. Just a very softly, just keeping in touch email automatically. Um, so again, just like Pipedrive, except you got the automation here, and it just talks to every other tool. It talks to the calendars. Everything talks to each other. Is that okay for any questions on the opportunities in sales pipelines? No? Okay. You'll see here now after the opportunity, we've got AI agents now as well. So we've got voice AI and conversation AI. Yeah. We're not going to go into that right now because there's a whole workshop on this. But basically, voice AI is anything to do with answering the phone. Yeah, so you can have phone numbers in the system, and you can have the AI answering, booking calls into your calendar. It'll actually book calls into the calendar. It can answer questions. It can forward calls to email. It can forward calls to team members who've got phone numbers in the system. Yeah. So and very shortly you'll be able to do outbound calling. Yeah. So not only answer the phone, but make outbound calls. So for instance, so if someone books an appointment with you, it can give them a quick call the day before to remind them. Yeah. Uh, it's not going to be able to do things like you import a list of cold contacts and it'll start cold calling for you. Yeah. There's legal things around that, and it's not going to let you do that. But if someone's a lead in your system, it'll be able to phone them up. That's
What's the charge for the calls per call?
works out at 12p a minute. Yeah. Then you've got conversation AI. Again, this is all to do with uh, mainly live chat on your website. Yeah, so you can train it. You can train it on knowledge centers. You can put prompts in there, all sorts, so it can answer questions and book calls from live chat. So you don't have to man the live chat. Yeah. So some clients, what they're doing now is the voice AI. You know, it's not a real person. Yeah. But what they're doing is they're using it for out of hours call answering. So people are quite happy to talk to the AI if it's 12 o'clock at night. They know it's not going to be a real person. So in your office, so they're happy to talk to it, ask any questions, book a call into your calendar for next morning, say. So do that sort of thing. So that's the voice AI and the conversation AI. Again, there's AI throughout the whole system, and we've got a separate workshop for that. This is just touching on it. Okay, moving on. Because we've got 10 minutes left. Payments very quickly. Again, you can do all the usual e-commerce stuff in HighLevel. You can integrate Shopify and WooCommerce if you need to as well. You can set up subscriptions, payments for products, etc., etc. That's all here. The one I want to show you first, though, is documents and contracts. If you've ever heard of things like DocuSign, yeah, effectively we've got DocuSign built in. You can set up template contracts here, yeah, and send out contracts for people to sign, yeah. Once the contract is sent, that can be a trigger, and then the automation kick in, and send them reminders. Hey, you still haven't signed your contract. As soon as you do sign it, that could be a trigger, and it can say move the opportunity from working to one, for instance. So you can, everything's all the tools are talking to each other. So that's documents and contracts. Right, now we move to below the line, where this is all things you do on the computer, marketing. First, I want to show you here is the social media planner. So it's a bit like Hootsuite, Buffer. Yeah, connect all your social media accounts. See here's some Atticus loves this now. So you see here's Atticus be scheduling LinkedIn posts for us. Works with obviously LinkedIn, Twitter. It doesn't work with Twitter anymore. Facebook, Instagram, all that sort of thing. Yeah. And you see it on the calendar here, it's all scheduled in. And there's reporting as well in there, and that it analyzes open, popularity of these things. So again, quite an intuitive tool, that one. A lot of people just could dig in there and get started, connect your social media accounts. You can use the AI in here to write content. You can have a VA somewhere creating content for you that you then marks approve before it goes live. That's all there. Emails here. So we can send an email campaign. An email campaign is like a broadcast email, like you send from MailChimp, say. So you do campaigns from here. Here's where you store all your email templates in templates. Okay, put them into folders so you can find them easily, because nothing worse than coming to here and you've got 300 emails to sift through. Yeah, to try and find the one you want. Put them into folders, name everything up, have a coding system. That's the main bits in there. You can also set up brand boards here. So what's your brand colors, your brand fonts, etc. Yeah. Brand voice is becoming more important here. Brand voice there. Again, basically you can teach it about your brand and your style, etc. And again, that all feeds into the AI. So the AI knows that the culture, basically knows the culture, the style. So brand voice is important there. Moving on quick to automation. So here we're looking at workflows. Yeah, this is the real powerhouse of HighLevel. This is where we spend a lot of time in here. I'll give you a quick example. So if someone books a calendar appointment with me, the calendars is going to take the booking, drop it into everyone's calendar, which is great. It's not going to itself send reminder emails for that appointment. So then we build it in here. Hopefully I find mine. So I've got a folder here called Appointments Automated Follow-up. So if someone books a 20-minute discovery call with me, this is what's going to happen. This is a huge area you can do. This is really sophisticated. When you dig into it, you can get very creative with this. But to give you an example, when a discovery call is booked with me and confirmed either manually, I create it manually, or someone books it online, that's my trigger. Yeah, it's going to tag them straight away. Tag. That's actually talking to a third-party tool, that tag. But anyway, forget that. It can update. It's updating a spreadsheet. Yeah, so I'm keeping a log in the Google Sheet of all the discovery calls that get booked for my reporting. It's going to update the opportunity. It's going to move the opportunity to discovery call book stage. It's going to add a note to the contact record to say a 20-minute call was booked on this date. What notes they put in there, what questions they're asking, etc. So a note goes on the contact record. They get a booking confirmation email. Yeah, so that would be Jeremy / Julian, 20-minute call booked. And here you can see, because this automation was triggered by the appointment being booked, it therefore knows the appointment date, time, etc., etc. And I can merge all those details in. You see here. You see here, I'm merging in. I was trying to get this. I'm merging in the appointment date, the appointment time. And it's simply a case of just going to this little tag here. Go to appointment. Oops. I'll drop that by mistake there. I'm going to take that out. I'm messing with my own things here. So you see here, I go to this little tag here, go to appointment, and I can drop in the start date, the start time, and just make my initial confirmation, all the details. So it's got date, time of the meeting, what the contact was asked me when they filled the form in. They got the Zoom. It's going to drop in the location link. For me, by default, it's Zoom. And they can add it to their calendar. They can reschedule from here. So it's all set up in here. So get the booking confirmation email. Going to send me an internal notification straight away. So I know I've got a booking in the calendar. Oops. So that's the internal notification. Hang on. Highlight for some reason. So sending me an email so I know about it. It could be a notification on the mobile phone app as well. Ping on the app if someone books a call with you. An email or whatever. Yeah. There's one coming to me, one going to Atticus there. It's then waiting. Why is it doing that? Yeah. Hang on. It's waiting to 22 hours before the meeting. Waits 22 hours. It sends a reminder email. We've got a reminder tomorrow. There's another wait delay timer there. Waiting for 10 minutes. 10 minutes before the call. And it's going to send him a text. And then just updated some contact fields as well. Just clearing out some old data because now the meeting's taking place. That just shows you how to start to automate. That's just one example, but there's so much you can do with that. It's where I spend a lot of my time. Actually, I spend a lot of time in the workflows here. That was just, again, there's another workshop for that, dedicated just to that cause. Yeah, that's the workflows and the automation. Sites here very quickly. Yeah, so we've got the quick one to explain is the websites. Yeah, again, there's loads of templates. You can create a new website, set up a new domain for it. You can have as many websites in here as you wish. Yeah, no limit. You can pull in a template. Here's a template one I created for a chiropractor from a template. Your homepage about us. Yeah. Very quickly to show you. If I go to settings here, not that one, bear with me. Go to edit. Oh no, I've got the wrong one. Hang on a sec. So there's mostly thousands of these templates, and they just choose one you like and the look of, and you can search on them as well based on your industry. But choose one you like the look of, and just start taking things away. It's a lot easier to build a website by taking stuff away from a template you don't need, rather than starting with a blank canvas. Changing the images, it's as simple as changing the images here. Yeah, I want to change the image. Choose one of ours. So, for instance, put this one here in. Just change the image. Want to make the image a bit smaller? Just change it here. Make it 30. Really smaller there, yeah. And again, the way to think about the website is it's like they design them like a Russian doll, you know, where they nest in with each other. So you start off with a green section, a section. The green is a section. Within a section, you'll have rows, and then within rows, you'll have like elements like an image, text. So with a little bit of playing about, you can soon come up with websites in here. One thing to watch out for when you're doing that is making sure you look at not only the desktop version, but the mobile version, because we can edit these independently. So for instance, yeah, say I don't like that image on the mobile version. I go to the mobile version, click on it, go to styles here and hide it. That image has disappeared now, but yet it's still on the desktop version. So you can get really fancy with websites and just before you make any change, well, after you make any changes and you press publish, just make sure you check the desktop version is still as you want it. Yeah, it's still up to date with the actual main website. A number of times I forgot to do that, and you realize later when people are complaining, oh, it's not working for that reason, it's often because you haven't checked your mobile version. So super powerful builder that really with a bit of practice, it's not hard. And once you've got your website built, see here, we can connect it to whichever domain you want, whichever domain you set up, we can connect it. See here, I've got a choice of them. So it could be subdomains of your main website. It could be a completely different website like that. Is that okay, guys? Any questions? Okay, I know the hour is gone now, but if anyone wants to leave, please do, and you'll get the recording anyway. But I'll carry on and finish to the bitter end. Is that okay? Right, because there's not far to go now. So that's websites. Websites are simple to get your head around. We've also got funnels as well. So a simple explanation of the funnel might be you want to create a landing page with an offer, get our free book, fill a form in to get the free book. They press submit, they go to a thank you page, thank you for your order or whatever. A 2-page funnel. Yeah. You might have a series of thank you pages you need to build. So rather than building a website, I must admit I prefer building websites even this way. So my main website here is called MarketerM8. Yeah. So this is effectively these are effectively just pages. Yeah. But because I put a navigation across the top, it therefore when you look at it, it looks like a website. Yeah, I'll show you quickly here. I'll show you some of the features in action then. So it's a really pretty nifty little wizard here for building the pages. You can basically tweak everything, yeah. You can even use the AI to help you write the content. If I hover over this text like that, I can use the AI to improve the writing, check the spellings, yeah, simplify it, make it longer, make it shorter. So the AI can help me write content, images, etc. It can help create images. There's so much you can tweak on this, and obviously you've got always checking your mobile versions and yeah. You host videos on here. So if I show you the actual website, what it looks like now, what it does. And this entire website here is 100% high level. There's no external tools on here. You see here, we've got a video Atticus and I have been working on, demo video. All hosted, the video's hosted in high level. It's not a YouTube video that, yeah. You see, this is a demo of the software there. Testimonial video there. I've got the AI live chat on here, answering questions, booking calls. Yeah. Someone can book a demo. Go on here, book a demo. So that's the calendar there in action. Yeah. We've got this widget here is from the reputation management module, HighLevel. It's showing recent reviews. And there's another bit to show you. What am I missing? I'm missing something. I can't think. Well, there's something I'm missing anyway. I'm trying to think. Yeah, so that's just using a funnel to create the illusion of a website. It's just got the navigation across the top. Going back. So yeah, so it's super easy to edit with a bit of practice. I've got some clients where they've got an account and they're setting up websites for clients even from one HighLevel account. So that's the funnels websites. The other things to look at here. Here's where your web forms live. Yep. You build a web form, put it on your website, capture contact details, etc. That's web forms. We can do surveys, which are like a multi-step forms. So with conditional logic, so you can have them filling in page 1. If they say yes to page 1, it can then take it to page 3, and it can qualify and disqualify inquiries as they come in. Here's your chat widget settings here. Build your chat widget to embed on your website. You can have as many chat widgets as you want, all doing different things. Yeah, and even a handy little tool for QR codes. So if you need a QR code for any marketing, printed material, say, you can design your QR codes in here. So you don't need to use an external paid service or something like SurveyMonkey or something like QR Monkey or whatever it's called. It's all built into the system. That's science. Memberships very quickly. The main parts here are courses. You can build courses. Here's one of ours here. This is one Atticus has been building. So you log into the portal and you can see your course. And Atticus has been making a course of all the recordings from the web from these workshops. We go into this one here, for instance. So it's just like Kajabi, this tool, yeah. It's even got a Kajabi course importer, so you can dispense with an extra subscription to Kajabi. You can do it all in here. There's a course, many pages, many parts as you want, with quizzes, give them certificates and badges when they qualify, things like that. As to complete each module, and complete individual courses, that could be triggers in the automation to trigger things happening. We've got communities as well, which is like your own private Facebook group almost. And you can link it in so someone can come to your community and they can see the courses they've got available. And as Jeremy knows very well, we've also got GoCollab here as well. So again, I didn't know about this until Jeremy told me last week. But basically, you can set up a free GoCollab account. And then, well, I'm not sure the exact details how to describe this, Jeremy. You probably know better than me.
GoHighLevel is a sort of app which allows you to create, communities. So what you can do is you can stick your community on GoHighLevel, but you can also do it for things like staff members. So if you want to have all your staff communicating to each other on almost like a private WhatsApp group, they can all download GoHighLevel and then they can talk to each other on that. And the beauty of it is it's sort of slightly better than WhatsApp because as well as working on an app, it also works on a web browser. So if you've got somebody who doesn't have a mobile phone or doesn't want to use their mobile phone to connect to the group, you can link through that as well. And you can put all your learnings on there. So I use mine for staff. So I'm moving to Julian from another GoHighLevel provider. What you can do is you can set up all your stuff. I've got all my staff training on there. It's all very good. I really think it's a great tool for staff training. Fantastic.
Yeah, and I'm constantly seeing the HighLevel updates. They're constantly making tweaks to this, so it's something they're definitely growing. And so,
Yeah.
and also, if you're using it in a sort of rather than staff training, it's like products. Other people can be in the
Oh yeah.
GoCollab community and see your stuff, can't they? They could buy your stuff.
Yeah. So if you've got a particular niche where you're doing I don't know, say dog training or dog training tricks, you can create paid videos on GoCollab, and people can find you on there and pay pay to just pick up your videos. It's almost like a free marketplace, a bit like what's it? Etsy is for sort of Etsy is for off the wall pottery and stuff. GoCollab is for people who sell online material.
I suppose it's a
I'll
bit
shut
like
up now.
Eventbrite then, is it? A bit like Eventbrite. Yeah. Thanks for that, Jeremy. So I didn't know about any of this till last week when Jeremy told me. So moving on from the, so that's the courses in here, and the communities and the Go Collab there. Obviously you got media storage in the system, so you can store your videos in here, upload your videos in here, your images. You can connect it to your Google Drive as well, so save space on there with Google Drive. Got reputation management. So again, in the integrations, if you've integrated your Google business page, you can send review requests to Google. You can also do it through Facebook and I think there's about 40 other platforms as well now. You can get reviews. Let me try and find it for you. This is settings. Integrations here. Yes, if you want to get reviews from I don't know where, there's some big ones here. Where are they? Trustpilot and things like that. You can integrate with Trustpilot and get reviews, yeah. And the system can reply to those reviews with AI if you wish. You can also go into your Google My Business and optimize your Google My Business listing from within here rather than going and finding it via a Google search or something. See, there's mine there. And you can see all the requests you've made for reviews. And it'll send people reminders to leave a review until they click through. And here's where you get the widget, like I showed you on here, by bottom. Got the reviews here, and here, here's where you get the widget here. You can design the widget whichever way you want there. That's the reputation management. Yeah, and you can even have a system where 50% of review requests go to leave a Facebook review, 50% go to leave a Google review, things like that. That's the reputation management to play with there. As I mentioned before, then we have the reporting. Again, you can build in reports here and send it to yourself on a weekly basis, or your client or the team members, a weekly report, how many new contacts have been added that week, things like that. And those are the main features, guys. I've run over a little bit, I'm afraid, today, but any questions?
Yeah, Julian, quick on the reporting, it's a bit of a small thing, but tasks completed and sort of like notes added. I've got somebody asking if that's possible, so somebody can say, each member of each staff member has done X number of tasks and added X number of notes on sales calls.
So you mean like on the dashboard? You mean or
Yeah, so they could view on the dashboard or in a report
right?
tasks that have been completed. Because at the moment we can see obviously the list of tasks that are there, what's been done as a list, but
Yeah.
is there a way of generating a number to say 10 tasks were completed?
You update the other week with being able to do sums on here, things to maybe create like this 10 tasks you've completed. Off the top of my hat, Steve, I don't know the answer to that one.
Okay, that's fine.
I might spend half an hour trying to work it out. But another way to think about it as well is I'll often do this is connect up a Google Sheet. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you might want to record a task that is set for a person.
Yeah.
A contact, it's been assigned to somebody. You can record all that in a Google Sheet, and when it's been completed, you can drop the date that was completed, that task.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
You do it on the sheet there, but I'd have to dig deeper. Or that might be a question for tech support to answer.
Sure. Thanks.
Anyone else got any questions?
Nothing in the chat.
Everyone quiet? You okay, Jeremy? Okay, but if there's no more questions, then we'll round it up for today. So thank you for joining us today. Sorry we've ran over a few minutes this week. Next week we're running the simple email marketing workshop. So that's on the 9th of September. You'll get email invites to join us there by email, or you can scan the QR code that hopefully Atticus can put up on the screen. Can you do that?
Not live, but I can after.
I can't think about the recording now. We do, yeah, yeah. We'll send everyone an email anyway. You'll get a recording straight after this call, and you'll get an option to visit the site and book onto the next week's workshop. So that's the complete recording of the HighLevel Foundations workshop we've been running. You should see now a QR code appear. So if you'd like to book a call with us or sign up for a free trial of software, there's the QR code. And just to let you know, the next workshop in this series will be the simple email marketing. So you're welcome to go and watch the recording of that or join us live.